What's up, bros? It's me, Mystery, and we're back again with some more Minecraft arenas. I think the footage... Okay, I had to restart my computer. The footage was lagging like crazy. And now my Discord is opened up. Oh, great. I don't use Discord on my computer. Okay, closed it. Nice. Crisis averted. I hope so, at least. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving and all that, you know. Some changes have been made to the hub, made it look a little bit nicer. We're slowly getting there. All the arenas are done, but there's still some stuff that is not quite finished yet. Not sure if the hub needs more, or if this will do. You know, just stuff like that before I can say, all right, I'm done building. We can play on it, and then I'll take a break, and then we'll come back to it later. Not to that point yet, but I think we'll be able to get some sessions in soon to where anyone can try our Minecraft Arenas PvP. But more details on that at the end of the video, because I just want to get right on into it with every arena. I'm going to try and keep it a surprise, just one by one. And this might take a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the first one, which is the Ruins, which is the stage for Daybreaker. A little bit of lag there, but we're in. The door system is already open. I haven't done this on all of the arenas, so it might take a while to go back and stuff. And I'm not in survival. I don't suppose anyone minds. We're just looking around anyway, so we'll just look at the ruins. A little bits of detail here and there. There really isn't much because this is just it was just designed to be as simple as possible. It is the first stage, so it's just made to be like the default. And when I made it flat, I was thinking about having like how we were gonna have ranged characters with bows and stuff. How when you drop in and it's just flat, it's gonna be really unfair if you're playing against someone with a bow. Well, not entirely unfair, you can dodge it, but I just thought it would be a lot more balanced, a lot more interesting if there was a structure like this in the middle that you can play around. So if there's someone with a bow, they would either have to be a sharpshooter or they could just try and go around and outplay you, you know. And if you don't have the bow, you can run up here and then you can get on the upper hand on them, you know. I think this simple structure still yields a lot of different variations in a match that can occur. So that's kind of nice. You can also kind of get stuck inside of it when you're trying to camp it. You can get stuck in little grooves and stuff and then get comboed. So there is pros and cons to it. But overall, I think for what it is, I think this is a good just basic map. And this was what all the other maps were kind of compared to. Like, would this be too unbalanced? Would this be too simple? It was all based around this map. And there are some smaller maps, but this is like the general size that most of these arenas are meant to be. This one's about medium size, I say. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's Daybreaker stage, so it has some gold strewn about. And of course, it is called the Ruins, so it's like some old ruins that just so happens to have lots of gold in it, so I guess that's fun. Not much lore to be discussed here. And yeah, I think I've found all I can to say about it. If you're wanting to see underneath, there you go. There's not much to see there. And of course, there is the lava waterfalls and some staircasing detail all throughout the build here. But yeah, pretty simple, which I think is fair for the first stage. So let's run back out, go to the hub, and get used to the new icons. We'll go back to the the second stage. Nightcrawler's stage, the cemetery. Alright, how are we doing on time? Oh dear. Oh, sorry if this gets a little too long. So yeah, this is the cemetery, Nightcrawler's home stage. So this is a lot more complicated. There's a lot of just blocks strewn about. It's not flat and simplified as the ruins arena, but it is I imagine when you play on it, it's not too crazy, not too chaotic. There are some like stage hazard kind of things going on, but mostly it's just two sides, and it's all about trying to push up and using the cover to your advantage to dodge attacks from your opponent, and also outplaying your opponent by parkouring and schmooving, as the epic gamers would say. And you probably noticed this open grave right here, and this is the I wouldn't say the main stage hazard. I guess about the only stage hazard, really. And once you're in here, you're pretty much dead. There's nothing you can do. And I wanted to incorporate features that for each character and the like for which character their home stage was, they would have like some kind of not really advantage, not like a home court advantage, but like some kind of quirk unique to them that they can fiddle around to where it's like the illusion of a home court advantage, just because that's always fun. And even if there is like nothing unique for that character in their home stage, people would say anyways that it's like, ooh, home court advantage, this will be interesting, yada yada. So decided to make that an actual thing with this grave here, because Nightcrawler can use their fishing rod to try and fish you into the grave, which would be insta kill. And me and Gaming Guy, which was who I was fighting in the laggy gameplay video, we actually tried to get this, and he was a lot more successful than I was. He is a Nightcrawler main through and through, and I did get it 1 or 2 times, and it's pretty hard, but it's pretty satisfying when you do get it, and it can be it's surprisingly fun playing around just this one grave, since there's just so much here. There's just so many little details in this stage. But there's also like some empty space. I mean, I think it looks fine. Also, the walls have some sort of things to make it not just a solid wall. I tried to do that on all the arenas, so it's not too bland. And I think it looks fine. I don't know what else I could really do to it though, besides like adding vines or something like that, but then that kind of gets too complicated. Anyway, there's not much else to discuss besides some details here and there. Oh, excuse me. Had a little turkey coming back to gobble through my throat. Okay. We have these skeleton skulls here. Add a little bit of detail there, since these are graves. It's definitely got the Halloween vibe, or at least it's supposed to, with all the jack-o'-lanterns, and not all of them are lit, just to like make it visually interesting, I guess. And you also have these hedges back here that are good for like, not really to camp, but on the other side I guess it's better because you can run up here, and if they're trying to snipe you or something, these are good to wrap around, and then boom, you're already in cover, and then you go boom boom boom, and you're already over here. So I think it plays pretty well. And just going on with the details, we have this shed here that just has some stuff that a worker would want to use for the crypt keeper, I guess. I think that's what they're called. Whoever works the graveyard shift or something like that. There isn't much else to this room though, and if you go in here to like camp, you're just pretty much dead, because once you go in and your opponent follows you, you're probably not coming out, because it is a one-way kind of thing. I thought about having like a ladder that goes to the top, but I don't know. That just doesn't seem very fun. Just to go up here and then you have to chase them and they all run around up there. So didn't do that. Try to well, the intention is that you can't get on the fence, but there may be a way to do that. Don't know. Hopefully not. Last detail is the this tomb here. It's got a cross, and I think the shape turned out really well. This took the longest on this map for sure, and yeah, I'm pretty proud with it, especially with this little detail here, where oh my goodness, the coffins are filled with blood, and you can like pry open parts of the coffin, and the lids are different. I think the shape looks nice. It was a fun build. There's always like these little details, not on every map, but on most of the maps. That's just like a new building idea I wanted to mess with, and I think it gives every map its own flavor, and really helps to make the lineup pretty unique, which is always a good thing. But I need to keep things rolling, so we're on our third map here, or arena, the Courtyard, which is for, I believe we were calling them Defender, but I think I came up with a different name, and I might have already forgot it. Oh man, what was it? Oh yeah, Waller. That was a nice pun, since they're like the first line of defense, and in medieval times, I think they would like be perched on a wall or something, like on the castle walls that you'd see here. And there's lots of walls in this castle as well, so Waller. Which I even googled the name to see if it held any significance for the character, and Waller as a name means a person who is nearby walls. So I thought that was fun. So yeah, this is Waller's stage, the Courtyard, which is the courtyard of a large castle that has their house of, I don't know what you'd call it. What's it called? A coat of arms. Their coat of arms is this symbol here, and these colors are repeated through the vendor stands here, which I thought about adding villagers to at one point, but I think it would just make it a little too much for the stage and too much for the memory on the world. It's already kind of laggy, so just making sure we don't run into problems later with that kind of stuff. As you can probably tell, there are these staircases, and they do go up to a second floor where you can go across these bridges across to the other side, and it's not exactly symmetrical. The first layer here is a 4-lane kind of thing that intersects in the middle, and up here you have just like a bowling lane kind of thing that goes all the way down with 4 bridges that cross over. And this is pretty fun to dodge arrows or shoot arrows and try and hit a target while they're moving across the bridges. It's just a nice little place to rush down, and if you're not feeling up to it, you can drop down into the water and you're off. By the way, for every map, when you win, it's not always guaranteed that you'll be able to exit back out to the warp. So I've always tried to, my voice is really going out, I'm sorry about that. I've always tried to incorporate a way to where you can just kill yourself in every map, so the water also functions for that, so you can drown yourself in case you get soft locked, and then you'll spawn back into the hub. But it's also good for swift escapes, so you can jump down from the top without having to go through the stairs. And it is symmetrical from each side, but when you go up here, it's like a different kind of symmetry, I guess. I guess it'd still be symmetrical. I don't know what I'm really saying. There's not much to this map. It's really big, and for a castle, I think that's good, but I wasn't really sure like what I wanted to do with it design-wise and gameplay-wise. But I think as it turned out, it's really good for like a 4-player map or a 2v2 map, because there's just so much room here, and you can just kind of chase each other around for quite a while. And for a 1v1, I don't think it's too unbearable. I do think it's a little too big. And at first, these lanes went all the way across at the top, just with these bridges here. And that was definitely too much, so I added the teeth, I guess, of the wall and just shortened it over here so it at least looked nice while not taking up too much room for actual gameplay. And yes, I know you can run over here, but then you're just sitting here and then your opponent can just rush you down. And yeah, that's about it. You've also probably noticed the larger coat of arms, these big banners on the walls, and yeah, the dimensions here is like, it's a little uneven, but you probably don't notice unless I point it out anyway, so I'm not going to point it out, and we're just going to call that wraps on that one. So it's a pretty decent stage. I don't know if it's going to be legal if we ever do tournaments for this, but we'll see. Now on to a rather interesting stage, probably one of my favorites, the Void, which is Stalker's stage, which is in fact set in the Void, the deep, dark vastness of the Void. And I think the effect we pulled off with the black blocks really looks really nice. It does give the effect that the walls are just not there, and you're just in a deep black void. So I think it's a really just visually unique stage, and it's also really unique for how small it is. This is definitely our smallest stage. Well, actually that's I don't think that's true. Well, depends on how you look at it. There's definitely not much going on here. You'd have to run in here and try and play around these houses a lot, which are made to be like a feudal Japan kind of look, which is really hard to pull off in Minecraft, but I think we did pretty good with them. Yeah, I like this design. It's like I said, every map, every arena was intended to have a different visual look, a new building technique used, stuff like that. Really trying to flex the brain with this project, and I think this turned out pretty well. It's gameplay wise, I don't know like how fun it would be. Maybe this would kind of replace the Ruins map, because it is like the most basic stage, and these houses do make for some interesting ways to approach just pushing someone. Like you can even go around the houses as well. You can go like this, go around the house. It's kind of dangerous though, because once you fall down, you will take damage here. I won't reveal the building secret I used there, but once you land at this part, you'll slowly take damage until you die. You can't get back up unless you are a stalker who has ender pearls. So, as I explained before, every character on their home stage was meant to have some sort of type of advantage, but honestly, Stalker has that advantage on every stage which we use ender pearls at expense to their own health, so they can just ender pearl towards this house, and they'll get back up there, which will save them from an insta-death, but they'll still be pretty close to death, so yeah, it's whatever. I more so like this stage so much because of the visuals than the actual gimmick. But that's about it. There's not much else to say about it. It's just kind of plain gameplay wise, and dark visually, I guess. I can't seem to there. It's kind of a cryptic way to get into the match, but it is what it is. Didn't want too much light seeping in to mess with the effect. And yeah, this one doesn't have the doors open, so I'm gonna have to waste more time here, unfortunately. I mean, it's not gonna be too long, hopefully. We're halfway done. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I promise that we try to make it as interesting as possible if you do plan on sticking around. So this is the tree houses map or arena, and it has 3 layers. The goal here was to make it a map all about verticality, and this is of course for Jaeger, the hunter. So it was set in the woods, and what do you do with the woods and the structures? You build tree houses. Boom. That's what the map is. I guess we could have done like a hunting kind of thing, like a deer stand and stuff like that. I don't know if that'd really be fitting though, especially for the world we kind of have set up here. But it's pretty simple. When you play on the lower floor, you'll just have to bob and weave between the trees, and you can get back up to the tree houses by taking the ladder, which will take you to the first layer of tree houses, or the second layer. And all of these bridges, you can jump on the fence like this, and either go around the trees, or some different kind of traversal here, or you can just jump right down into the water, and you'll be fine, and then you can just go back up again. So with the goal being to make a map about verticality, I think we satisfied that goal with this arena. But there's not much else to discuss with it, unfortunately. It is symmetrical, by the way, except with the leaves. That's the word, except with the leaves. And the only way to get up here is with Stalker's Ender Pearls, so you can't really worry about camping too much. I guess you could camp, but I'd imagine if we did this in tournament, we'd have a rule on camping to where you don't have to where you can time someone out in the reverse option, to where if you're you don't try and do anything in like 10, 20, 30 seconds, the match just ends. Because that's about the only way around that sort of thing. I don't know how else we would fix that using the game. But yeah, that's the Treehouses arena. There's not, I mean, I don't know what else I can really talk about. I listened to a video about SpongeBob the musical while building that, and by the time the video was over, I like had made so much progress. I was so surprised, like, because I just like zoned out and was building. I was like, oh, huh, I finished. I did it. Nice. And I moved on to this one, the Volcano. I don't like to mess with the lighting inside the arenas themselves, so a lot of the time with the hallways that you spawn into, I just don't mess with the lighting, so they're kind of dark. I think that's fine though. And boom, this is the Volcano. So you jump down here, and you're in this very large island of like rock, I guess, that you can jump between. And it's all around this big like pyramid kind of structure in the middle, where like I feel like if you're in here, you kind of control the map, because you can see all the other islands and see where your opponent will be. And if you're trying to push into the pyramid, you can do so by getting over here, jumping from that ledge there, or you can go for a more risky play and go for the 1 block jump, and then boom, you fight for the pyramid. And yeah, I imagine this is also a good map for 2v2s or like a 4-player match kind of thing. So it's nice that we have that option there for these larger maps. But I think that could also be played 1v1, no problem. Don't think you'd have to ban this or anything, because it's not like, it's completely symmetrical. The lava could be annoying, you just get hit and dead, but I don't think it's too bad, honestly. It is a little big, but like I said with the pyramid, once you're in the middle, you can see everything, so I imagine it's just a race to get to the middle. And then once you're in there, you just watch the land and make sure no one pushes you. And if they do, you can fight them off. And if you do both get to the pyramid at the same time, it's not a bad place to fight. There is some stuff like jumping on these spires here. It mixes up just it being a flat pyramid here with stairs. But yeah, I'm definitely running out of things to say. I guess I can talk about building this, which, funny enough, it took the most thought and the most work, but I just now have to talk about it because it's just purely cosmetic. These walls don't look very good just being straight like this until I put in this lava fall here, and I think that makes it look better. It looked pretty bad, but now I think it's passable. And if you look at it from the top right here, I think it's pretty cool. Definitely from the inside, I think you could say most people would understand that this is supposed to be a volcano. And another thing, the lighting I think is also very nice. There's parts of it like the rings around the glowstone. It plays around with the lighting while the whole thing is lit up, obviously from the lava. So visually, I think it's fine, and gameplay-wise, I think it's fine as well. So that's another arena down, and 2 more to go. This one should be pretty quick. Oh, this was Firebender's arena, by the way, which I wonder why, because lava equals fire, I guess. So that was the idea there. This one is Jester's stage, and it is the Carnival. This one, I think this one's pretty special. You have these places for audience over here. It's not really part of the stage itself, but it's there. I think it's a nice detail to make the walls something besides just walls. And the spire at the top, meant to be like the top of a carnival tent, I think really I think it turned out well. And the lighting that comes from that is just perfect because it goes on just where you play and the walkways where you jump in. So it's like a spotlight. I think that's really nice aesthetically. I really like this arena, and I like the simple colors as well. So the idea is that this is basically just inspired by Minecraft Spleef, where you knock other players down different levels using snowballs or a shovel. And this first layer is just meant to be simple. You both drop in and you fight for the first hit, or you can get down here and you can shark from below and then knock them down. And eventually you would get all the way to the bottom where you have this larger version of the first floor, and then you would fight until one of you fell into the void, or until you defeated your opponent. And yeah, this is definitely I said the void arena was the simplest, but I think this is the simplest. I'm not sure. It's simple yet complicated at the same time. I haven't had a chance to play on this one yet, since it hasn't been long since I've made it. I think it would be really fun to play on it though, and I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a try. But just so I don't take up too much more of your time, I'll go into the last arena, and then I'll discuss some plans about what we'll be doing on the on the world, I guess. So here we are, our final arena, the mansion. This is Armrinder's stage, and as the name implies, it is a full mansion. I guess I think for 1v1s this is perfectly fine, but this could also be a 2v2 4-player arena as well, because, well, it's quite large. I'll take you to the front doors first. By the way, there's slime blocks there. So, boom, you walk in, and what do you know? Why is it so dark back there? I don't know. You walk in, and oh my goodness, I forgot about my own aquarium. I think that looks nice, right? Yeah. Even if the walls are kind of bare, maybe I should have added more detail. Or maybe it would have been too much. I kind of like the simplicity here. I was going for like an old, I don't really know what time period, but like an old drywall kind of mansion. Not the one that's like super expensive that a celebrity would have, but like a cartoonish kind of depiction of one. The other stuff in this lobby, which is basically the slime blocks here, which is for if you want to just rush in, just straight through. You can go right through the front doors, and boom, you're down here. You get a little attack there. I don't think it's unfair if you spawn down here and they spawn up there. Well, I guess it kind of is, but it's still even because it's dangerous for you to be dropping down like that anyway, and you're open to attack, but at the same time it's just weird. I thought that would be an interesting stage hazard to have there, so it was added, and I think it's fine. But there's still more to explore besides this room. Also, there's a chandelier here. I think it looks fine. I just kind of added it and like, that looks fine. And then I never thought about it again. I don't know whether I should mess with that anymore. But we'll just move on to the rest of the mansion. I think that was supposed to have stuff on it. That's fine. Here we have our first room, which is the dining room, using pressure pads and flower pots. We have plates and cups for when your guests come over for dinner. And then there's also lots of fine art to look at. Very nice, very nice. And then you step right over, and we have the kitchen, which has a cake ready to serve to the masses, fresh out of the oven, which is right over here. Might need to get that checked out. The mansion might be burning down soon. And we also have a fridge, some sinks that I didn't fill, just kind of left there. We also have some kegs for some fine wine, and I don't know, a coffee maker, whatever you want to call it, for all your beverages. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the kitchen. Like, I didn't want to go too overboard, but I wanted to add enough details to make it interesting. And you also have to keep in mind that you're going to be fighting in here, which might be a little bit annoying in this room, but you have the whole table to work with to fight on, to where you can like keep high ground, and if someone tries to approach you, you can just knock them off and stuff. And in the kitchen, you have a similar kind of idea, but you have this cake here, so you can't walk through that, so you can stand here, and they just have to come towards you. You just play Ring Around the Rosie around this, I guess. So it works. It's fine. And this whole place here kind of wraps around, so you don't get cornered. So you can go through this and go through the whole thing there, so you don't die. And then we'll just move on to the next room, which is the library, which is pretty simple. Not too many details here. Just a table where you can do some reading, and all these bookcases that you can get on top of using this ladder. And boom, now you're on the bookcases. Wow. And that's going to be spoiling some things, so let's not go up there just yet. And here is the study, yes, which is lined with Armrinder's mini trophies, because we finally discovered a backstory for them, which is they're a trophy hunter. They have every mob head behind their desk, have all these rare items and mystical items. Just that kind of archetype, I guess, of the the hermit collector. They probably go on trophy hunts and stuff like that. And maybe the reason that they're joining the arenas themselves is to hunt for more trophies to add to their collection. Wowee, look at that. It's just all so natural, this world building. How wonderful. Alright, so this is the guest room. No bouncy carpet this time. Well, it's still, I think that's just an illusion. Yeah, there's no slime blocks under there. We have a dresser here with a little mirror and some dresser closets. I guess they're dressers. The big, it's a big dresser. A big dresser. There's some chests and a lamp for to keep their stuff in and to ward off the sleep paralysis demons. I don't know. You also have some beds. And there are also some secrets that the mansion holds. Inside of the big dresser is a walkthrough painting that leads you into the dining room. And it's like, oh wow, that fun thing. I remember that back when there were murder mystery videos on YouTube. Well, these are added for a pretty practical purpose because you can't wrap around through here. One, because it'd just be one long hallway. There's not going to be that many rooms. That'd be way too many rooms. And it would cut in through the lobby with this brown, I forgot what it's called, but the stuff you put on your wall to touch to the floor, that stuff, it'll show through on the other side. So these places where you can drop down to the first floor, they're very useful because you can't get trapped up here. You can open this and run through, and if you're being chased, you still have a chance. And this is also a feature over here. This is what you saw earlier, and it connects to the library. But this is the master bedroom, where Arminder himself sleeps, probably next to his creeper head. I don't know. It's a master bedroom, so I had to put two beds here. I don't know who else he sleeps with yet, or she. We don't discriminate. Probably they. We haven't got that far to assign genders to all of them, but I don't know. But what else can I say? It's a big bed with big dressers and the same kind of layout as the other room. And that's about it. Not much else I can say, I don't think. It definitely gets that mansion feel, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. It is the last one that I made, you know, so it's definitely gonna have some signs that it's a little rushed, but it's fine. It's playable, and we're done. We're gonna call it quits. That's it. That's all 8. We did it. All 8 arenas covered in one video. One 40-minute video. If you watched all this, thank you very much. And as promised, I'm going to share some details about what's going to be happening next with this. And I really should have mentioned this at the start of the video so more people would hear it. But if you want to play this, I'm going to be conducting everything through YouTube. Guys, I'm really tired. I'm very sorry. I meant Discord. I'm going to be conducting everything through Discord because that way we can hold tournaments there, and I will be using a queue system, I believe, for our early streams of testing this out with viewers. So if you want to play this, make sure you're in the Discord and just keep an eye out, because soon I will be implementing a system to where you can hopefully put in a command and it'll put you in a queue, and when I do my streams for this, I can pull up the queue and say, all right, at blah blah blah, you're up. It's your time to play. Maybe we can schedule it out and everything. I don't know, but yeah, that's my main plans. You've also probably noticed in the main lobby that there is a fourth hallway that we have yet to show. So if we get that done anytime soon, that'll also be a video. But I don't think it's gonna get done soon. I also might do like a trailer now that mostly everything is done, that this is playable and we're gonna do streams soon. I think I'm also gonna do a trailer, just kind of showing everything. I know I did an overview video, but maybe that would be better. You'd probably hype up the streams, get some traffic flowing. And another thing, I guess I'll just throw in some more updates while we're here. I know I have a video I should be working on, and it should be out by now, but it's not. I actually finished a paper for school right before I did this, so needless to say, I've been pretty busy. But I'm gonna try and work on it and hopefully finish it this weekend, so I can get ready for the next video, and then the next video, and the next video. You know. That's just the life of the content man. So yeah, and there's also a certain game that has been requested for me to stream. Minecraft was one of those games, which is interesting. I think we're finally ticking that box off. I've wanted to do Minecraft anyway, since I really like this game now. I've always liked it, but I've rekindled my love for it, I guess you could say. But this other game, also wanting streams for it. I really, really want to meet the demands that any of you guys have. So I would really, really like to finish that game. But I don't know, man. It's really long. It's quite the commitment. And my voice can barely handle this 40-minute video. Those 2 to 6 hour streams are much, much harder on my voice. But I am willing to try. So hopefully I can also stream that as well. But we gotta ride the hype train for this. So hopefully we can do some streams soon. This week would be the best case scenario. But if not, it is what it is. And I'll be back with a new video or a new stream eventually. But hopefully it's this week. I think that about covers it. Covers everything. Oh my goodness. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you watched all of this, much thanks for that. Hopefully it was interesting and worth the time. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching, for all those who did. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye bye.